Here is the clock, the Trumpton clock, telling the time steadily, sensibly, never too quickly, never too slowly, telling the time for Trumpton.
Morning, Mr. Munnings, says Mr. Platt, the clockmaker. How's the printing business? Not so bad, not so bad, says Mr. Munnings. And how are all the clocks, Mr. Platt? Oh, they have their ups and downs, like the rest of us, says Mr. Platt. But I must be off, it's my busy day. Oh, yes, of course, it's your morning for winding the town hall clock, isn't it? Most important. We all depend on the Trumpton clock. And Mr. Platt hurries across the market square to his shop. Hello, you've stopped. And you're 10 minutes fast. Really, the minute my back's turned, you start playing tricks. You're just like naughty children.
Clocks are like people, clocks are like you and me, each has its own personality. Big clocks, small clocks, grandfather tall clocks, cuckoo clocks, hall clocks, mantelpiece and wall clocks, clocks for the schoolroom, the kitchen and the nursery, alarm clocks to waken us, urging punctuality. All of them chiming or whirring or clicking, cuckooing or ringing or tick-tock ticking. Clocks are like people, clocks are like you and me, each has its own personality.
Now off to the town hall. Oh, my goodness, you'll just have to wait. Mr. Platt is winding the Trumpton clock. He does it every week and makes sure the clock is going properly and telling the right time. Yes, it's a good old clock. Bit shabby, but never wrong. Good morning, Your Worship. Good morning. Morning, Mr. Platt, says the mayor. Clock going well, I trust? Beautifully, as always, your worship. Good, says the mayor. And now, Mr. Platt, I have a surprise for you. Our old clock is going to have a nice new face. The painter is coming this morning. Mr. Platt is delighted. Here's Mr. Troop, the town clerk. The painter has arrived, your worship. Would you like to see him? By all means, Mr. Troop, says the mayor. Lead the way. Good morning, your worship, says the painter. My name is Walter Harkin, painter and decorator. Come to brighten up your clock. Excellent, says the mayor. Unfortunately, I'm extremely busy this morning, but Mr. Troop will show you where everything is. Now, where is Philby in the mayoral car? I shall be late for my bazaar if he doesn't hurry. Here he comes, says Mr. Troop.
People will ask me what colour to use. There's pink and there's purple, it's so hard to choose. Some ask for yellow and some ask for green, and some ask for grey so the dirt won't be seen. Red is exciting and orange is bright, and purple is rich as the sky at midnight. Crimson is splendid for one kitchen wall, and pink is quite pretty, perhaps in the hall. Black paint and brown paint just simply won't do for an old-fashioned house where the windows are few, for I think an old house is nicer than new. Painted white.
The next morning, Mr. Platt is in his shop as usual. Here's Mr. Troop. Oh, Mr. Platt, he says, the mayor is in such a state. I'm afraid he is very annoyed. He wants to see you at once. See me, says Mr. Platt. Whatever for? Why, didn't you know? About the clock, of course. It's stopped. The Trumpton clock has stopped. Ah, there you are, Mr. Platt, says the mayor. Now, perhaps you can explain what has happened to the clock. It says 5:30. 5:30. And it's nearly 10 o'clock. I'll go straight up and have a look at it, says Mr. Platt. Seems all right. No trouble there. Wound up enough. Then why won't it go? Ah, I see. So that's the mystery. Just wait till I tell the mayor. There's nothing wrong with the clock, your worship, says Mr. Platt. Nothing wrong? Then why has it stopped? Because, says Mr. Platt, a large tin of grey paint has been left outside on the ledge. I can see it, but I can't reach it. It's stopping the figures from meeting and striking the half hour. The clock won't go if the figures are stuck. It's the painter, Walter Harkin. He'll have to come and move it. Excuse me, your worship, says Mr. Troop. May I suggest that this is a little job for our fire brigade? Splendid idea, Mr. Troop, says the mayor. Kindly ring them up at once. Trumpton Fire Station. Captain Flack here. A what? A paint pot. Sounds simple enough. Yes, Right away, right away. Pew, pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert Dibble Grub. Elevate! Remove the paint pot. Descend. Well done, Captain Flack, says the mayor. Mr. Platt, will you see that the clock tells the right time now? Yes, your worship. In 10 minutes everything will be back to normal. I trust we shall see you at the band concert this afternoon, your worship, says Captain Flack. Most certainly, says the mayor. After all this excitement, a nice concert is just what I need. Goodbye for now, Captain. Captain Flack is just about to leave when who should arrive but Walter Harkin, the painter. Excuse me, your worship, he says. I've been looking everywhere for my pot of grey paint, and I've just remembered where it is. I do believe I left it up there, by the clock. Cuthbert, calls Captain Flack, the paint pot, if you please. Oh, thank you, says Mr. Harkin. It wasn't that I really wanted the paint. I was just worried in case it stopped the clock. And Walter Harkin, the painter, just couldn't understand why everybody started laughing.